Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Austin Ackerman of Paw Paw Football. How's it going?
Going pretty good.
So, how is the off season going? Because I know it's in full swing now that the dead period is officially over. How's the summer going so far?
It's going pretty good. We have lifting and speed and agility all throughout the week, and then this month especially, we have a lot of team camps and joint camps and 7-on-7s. So it's gonna be a busy couple months.
Yeah. So I know that for you, like what have you really worked on this off season just to improve your game just as a player trying to get better?
Um, I've done a lot in the weight room. Changed up my entire workout plan from last season's because I've seen a lot of improvement with what I've done now. And in my own time, with help with family members, kind of being my practice dummies, uh, working on like reaction towards different sort of blocking and want to know what I should expect and not getting caught off guard by anything.
Yeah. Um, no, another great season by you guys last year. And really, I know that another big year by you guys and but winning all the games and until the last 2 weeks of the season. But overall, it was a good year, but but obviously didn't end the way that you wanted to. But overall, how would you sum up 2024?
I thought last year was really good. As a team, we were really connected. I felt like I was pretty close with a lot of the seniors and some juniors that not juniors, sophomores that were pulled up that year.
Yeah.
Um, it really does help that we've retained like 3 out of 5 of our offensive linemen,
Yeah.
and yeah, and the class that's coming up is learning a lot, and it's looking to be a smooth transition to the next season.
Yeah, for sure. What is it like to be on the offensive line for you?
Um, if I'm being very honest, it's one of the hardest jobs, but at the same time, it's really fun because some games it'll just feel really, really easy, and then there'll be other games where it's just like, man, can I get a break?
Yeah. The bond that you guys all have, and I know that Paw Paw over the years has been known has been known for having big linemen. What is it like to be, kind of part of that, the legacy of the offensive line? Because, as we've learned in football, watching it over the years, they are an important group of people.
For sure, it's pretty great, especially in the summer, having some of the people that have gone off to college as linemen come back and work with us for a couple days. In the past, it's been Dennis Strive from Eastern, and I'm wondering if it'll be both of them this year, Darren and Dennis.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. And of course, their dad is the head coach.
For sure.
So, um, going into what is it like to play in? Well, can you just describe to me what it's like to play a game in front of the student section, in front of the home crowd up in Paw Paw?
It's pretty great. The energy that they bring is fantastic. I always enjoy the chance they'll do. And just this last season, they implemented a soundboard into our home games, and that was really fun.
So I know that, it is hard to believe, but has being a senior came through your mind yet?
Not really. So far, it's just felt like I'm getting ready for another season. I don't think it'll hit me until that last game.
Or at this point next year?
Yeah,
But for you, I know that you only have one more year left. What are some of the I know what are the big things that you're most looking forward to this year?
just playing football, really. Yeah, that's all it is. I just can't wait to play more.
Right. Um, Outside of football, what do you like to do outside of
Um,
school?
Well, I'm a part of the band, and that's always very fun.
Yeah,
I do the trumpet, perform during the home halftime games. Uh,
that's interesting. You don't see that ever that
yeah,
often. Have you always been into that
yeah.
stuff? How do you do it? Like, do you go in there and you hear the halftime and then you go, how do you manage all that as a player?
So,
Just trying to
uh,
do that.
right after in fact, the vice principal comes out and she'll like have my instrument, and we'll like trade. I'll hand her my gloves. She'll give me my instrument, and I'll just fall in line with the rest of the band. We'll perform, and then we'll do the handoff again, and then I'll get what we did talk about in halftime with the coaches
Yeah.
afterwards during our stretches.
It's kind of like the Shohei Ohtani going on the mound, and then as he comes off the mound, he grabs the batting gloves and he's ready to bat and lead
Yes,
off.
sir.
It's kind of like that. Um, you know, you don't see that often. And you knew overall that this scenario was going to present itself. How have you kind of managed doing both stuff? Trying to memorize, trying to beat the other opponent, but also trying to memorize all the charts and all that other stuff that you have to memorize, and where you need to be when you're playing.
For sure, and for both things, we put in a lot of work. Football, obviously, a lot more, but
Right.
um, it's just been doing this for 4 years now.
Yeah.
It's kind of become just a second memory.
Yeah. That's actually really cool. There's not a lot of people who do that. It's kind of really fun. So, um, yeah, playing in the football uniform, that's
Yep.
always yeah. Um, really going, as you soak up these last few weeks of, the summer before we get to August, what do you want to accomplish before we get to main camp?
Just getting ready for the season. With it ending so like disappointingly last year, I want to make sure that that doesn't happen because this is my last year here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get to know you a little bit. How about that?
All right.
Okay. If Austin's listening to music before a game, what's he listening to?
So I don't really have one genre. It's really just like whatever I'm feeling that day.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I just recently, like this year, got into like listening to like full albums and like understanding the stories through those, like Kendrick Lamar and all that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, half the time it's whatever they have on in the speaker or whatever my playlist decides to throw at me.
Yeah. So, um, let's see. Do you want to pursue music outside of college?
Um, I'm not sure. Um, I'll very much keep my trumpet around me because you always hear about like even these professional athletes, like they maybe did music in the past and they regret not continuing with it.
Yeah.
So even just in my day to day life, I'd love to just keep it around.
Yeah. So, let's see. Favorite, what's your go-to place for food? Now, this is just in general, just if you're wanting to go out and get something to eat or something.
I'm not sure actually. We don't go out too often. Um, I
Um,
really
okay,
enjoy
I'll,
Chinese buffets. I
okay.
love those.
All right, let's change the fact here. What's the home cooked meal you look forward to?
Oh, it's definitely just whenever we have steak, like steak and mashed potatoes, green beans. That's always right where it is.
Yeah. Always gotta love those steak dinners.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the linemen get when they get a shutout. The quarterback has to
For
make a
sure.
bunch of stuff. So, um, yeah. And finally, what's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie. I always have to stick with just what I've loved consistently for the last few years. It's Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith.
Absolutely. It's been 20 years since that thing came out. So,
It's great.
yeah, yeah. good stuff. It's yeah, I think it's been 20 years since that movie came out, actually.
That's
I've been
insane.
getting into movies lately. I remember that movie coming out in like '05 or something. So yeah. All right. Well, Austin, thanks for the time as always. Best of luck to you. Best of luck to the Red Wolves this season, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks. Talk to you again soon.